Amidst the RPG wasteland, thriving in the nuclear fallout of the open gaming license scandal, one game stands head and shoulders among the rest. Communist McDonald's. Daggerheart. A few years ago, a group of friends who happened to be industry veteran voice actors playing Pathfinder switched to a more popular and profitable game when they decided to start streaming their campaign. Years later, after advertising D&D Beyond into an asset that could be purchased by the biggest game manufacturer in the world, being sponsored by everything from Wendy's to Doom Eternal, and forging a massive inter-platform media empire, these humble everyman gamers decided to take a stand for the little guy. No more would a giant publishing company dominate the industry with their monolithic game. No more would creating great RPGs be only in the hands of the fabulously rich and powerful. So, this motley crew of underdogs who ran the single most popular show on Twitch came up with a scheme. Scraping together their meager resources, with nothing but the goodwill of millions of fans, millions of Amazon and Hasbro dollars, and an already well-established publishing company, they made a scrappy new TTRPG for the average gamer. An easily accessible, mass-produced product where everyone can give what they can and take what they need. Communist McDonald's. Oops, not there yet. So what is Daggerheart? Imagine you're a bird in a cage, and someone says to you, "I'm gonna help you escape." And then they take your cage with you still inside, and they put you in the passenger seat of their car. And at every intersection they go, "Well, which way do you want to go?" And then they roll some dice, and depending on what the dice do, you either get a cracker or a razor blade, which you can choose when to eat. But you see, it's okay because the cage is protecting you, not trapping you. In the escapist fantasy that Daggerheart presents, you aren't encouraged to think of life without your real-world limitations. You're encouraged to think about literally everything that might make real life difficult for you. And the fantasy is that the physics and society of the world will literally change to accommodate you. Rather than imagining a character with the ability to see, hear, or walk perfectly fine, you're encouraged to engage with a world that has hip glasses, sign language interpreters, and ramps wherever you might need them. Look, I was in a wheelchair a lot as a kid. I would literally draw pictures of myself with a Green Lantern ring so I could fly out of it. What I did not want to imagine is that my legs were still incapacitated, but I had a magic wheelchair that would let me do everything regular legs would. If I'm not mechanically impeded by these difficulties in an interesting way, why would I flavor my character with oppression? Why would I choose to bring the things that victimize me into a fantasy where, it's therapy? They made a therapy game. A sort of spaghetti western standoff where everyone is held at the gunpoint of everyone else's baggage, and the DM is a therapeutic facilitator of the things that will prompt cathartic responses too, but not trigger everyone's trauma. The DM plays your dad, so you can tell him you're all grown up and can make your own decisions. Then your character can walk off, sit in their wheelchair, and blast off to fantasy Los Angeles. That was probably a little touchy. Too much? Maybe. But now we get to talk about my favorite part of the whole book. Communist McDonald's. That's really what I mean. Communist McDonald's. See, the book has these things called campaign frames. Ways to start a campaign with your friends. It's actually a pretty good thing to include in a book, I think, but this one. So you start in the rural, conservative town of Elmore, right? The people are unenlightened simpletons who are scared to venture into the nearby caves because the people there look different from them. There's monsters, party has to go protect the people, monsters in the caves are good eating. But lo, what do they find? In the caves there is a society that is largely communal. And also a chain restaurant. A chain restaurant that offers food for gold. What do they use the gold for? Who knows? How does this economy work? Is there some Plutarch profiting off the resources of the caves while the average people are forced to share the resources they have? It's real communism. I see. That's a deep narrative. It's Communist McDonald's, baby! All in all, this game leans into being therapeutic LARP, more than it does being an escapist simulation of anything. Most things are some kind of pop culture or psychological archetype. Everything is very easy to understand at face value. Failure is never really failure, and even the most structured parts of the game are deconstructed into free-flowing improv. Go with the fiction is the overarching philosophy. So if the people at your table are media illiterate, God help you. They're not gonna know which way a fiction should go in the first place. But that doesn't really matter. It's not a game about nothing, it's a game about you. So grab a cheeseburger and go tell your fantasy dad he can't tell you what to do anymore.